Good. I like invite you to teach Dharma to the world because today is very special, auspicious day. So please teach Dharma.
Yes, I would be happy to. So there are many things that we need to know about who we are, what we're doing, where we're going, and why we are doing everything, and how to respond to what happens to us in our everyday life. So first I'd like to just touch upon the Buddha taught today. This is the auspicious anniversary of the Buddha's first teaching through 2,935 years ago. So we are extremely fortunate to be here and to have this opportunity to also teach. And I hope that in all of us teaching here, that the Buddha's teachings will remain for thousands of years to come here in this world. And the Buddha taught first the Four Noble Truths. And the first thing he taught about was suffering. So most of us know what suffering is, but basically what it comes down to is not getting what we want and getting what we don't want. So this is a fairly obvious for us in our everyday life, what we experience when we want something and we don't get it, then we suffer. This is a little bit not so happy to have that happen to us. And then also, if we get something we don't want, obviously can be a little bit more unhappy. And sometimes it's difficult to separate from those things that we don't want. So there is a reason for that. We have the causes within our own thinking. It's not just random. God didn't just drop it out of the sky on us to have suffering or to have some challenge. There is a reason for that, and that is called our negative thinking. And I'm just briefly going to mention these. This is anger, jealousy, greed, pride, and ignorance. So everything that we experience that is what we consider suffering or a negative result, experience, people we don't like, things we don't like, then this is a result of this negative thinking. And we need to recognize this and to want to decrease that, because we are in control of that. It's all within our thinking. If we give control of our happiness to other people and to situations, then we have lost our own happiness. And the whole goal for us is to be happy in every moment. What we seek for is to be happy. And so this happiness is decreasing our negative thinking. Because when we decrease our negative thinking being the cause of our suffering, then automatically our happiness will increase. And so we also hold the causes for our happiness within our own thinking. And the causes for happiness are renouncing our negative thinking. First is this renunciation, compassion, faith, love, and wisdom. When we see other people being happy, this is very important, because there is a tendency for us to have one of three. We have a choice. We have a couple of options, 3 options, when we see other people being happy. And everyone wants happiness. If we recognize that this is our nature to want happiness, every time I wake up in the morning until I go to sleep, I want to be happy. Everything I do, everything I think of is to be happy. And everything I do and everything I think of from when I wake up and until I go to bed is to avoid any kind of suffering, any kind of little pain or discomfort, too much hot, too much cold, anything of this matter, I try to avoid it. Everyone is doing this, and if we recognize that, then when we see other people being happy, we want to share in that happiness, and that guarantees us our own happiness. If we see other people being happy, they're famous, they have great joy, pleasure in their life, they have a lot of wealth, or they're praised very highly, then if we are angry or have resentment toward them, then we're not decreasing their happiness at all. They're going to be happy regardless, but we are definitely dropping our happiness down the chute. And since everything I want is to be happy, if I'm angry at somebody else, remember anger was one of our negative thinking, which is the cause of our suffering, completely goes against everything that I want. So Sometimes we may have indifference. We may be like, yeah, that's nice, they're happy, all right, who cares? The best option when we see other people being happy is to rejoice in their happiness. People are happy, this is so wonderful, I'm so happy that they have happiness. They have positive thinking, they have love and compassion. That is why they're experiencing happiness now, and my being happy in their happiness guarantees my happiness to increase. So it's very secret, very special technique. If you see other people being happy, to be happy in their happiness, then you are guaranteed more happiness. And since everything we want is to be happy, then when we see others being happy, we want to increase our happiness in them. Since I'm only one, and if my happiness is dependent on only what I experience, then my happiness is going to be kind of mediocre. If good things happen to me, then maybe it's okay, maybe not so much okay. But others are countless. There's 6 billion people in this world alone. And if we can find other people being happy, we have that many more opportunities to be happy. So it's exponentially good. Now, if I become famous, if I have a promotion, if I have a lot of wealth, if I have a lot of possessions that are really great, it's not necessary I'll be happy with these. They could be a condition of my suffering. But if other people have these and I'm happy for them, then I am guaranteed to be happy about that. I will never lose them. It is the same happiness that they have experiencing those enjoyments. So my main point is that I want all of us to know that we have control of our happiness in every moment. We have that control. We are not giving that control to what we own, to other people around us, and to circumstances, because we can change our thinking about that in every moment. We have that choice in every moment to be happy and to rejoice in happiness. And if there is suffering, then we know that it's not just random. It has causes, and we also have the ability to decrease that. And if we know that and we understand that, then we will always be on the right path, and we will always be increasing our happiness. So my wish is that everyone's happiness and positive thinking increases.
Thank you very much. Rejoicing others' happiness is very important because secret supernatural power. So rejoice is very good. And please learn Dharma more and teach Dharma to all the time. Thank you very much. And how to really, you have technique to rejoice to others.
When other people are happy, I'm happy that they're happy. And I wish that their happiness increases.
Why you wish they have happiness more?
Wishing others to have happiness is love. When you wish them to have happiness and to have positive thinking, which is the cause of happiness, then this is love. And this is the cause of my happiness, but it's also a condition of all sentient beings' happiness. I wasn't going to go all of this into depth because everyone's teaching and I want everyone to listen. But this is also very secret if you know that your positive thinking is the condition of every single sentient being's happiness as well. So it's not just your own happiness. If you have love for others, you're benefiting every single living being in all universes.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Oh yeah.